Now at 6, Pittsburgh police investigate an overnight shooting near Sonic Drive-In. Plus, fire crews battle an afternoon duplex fire in CJ. We'll have details. And we look at the housing market in Kansas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Fire crews battled a duplex fire this afternoon in Carl Junction, Missouri. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM Shannon Becker was on the scene and has more.
It's about 1:40 Friday afternoon. Reports of fire in Carl Junction, the southern edge of the Briarbrook neighborhood. You can see behind us this duplex completely destroyed by fire.
Just as Carl Junction Fire Department was arriving, they called out for assistance from other departments, including Joplin and Webb City. Smoke was so thick it was billowing across Fur Road, stopping traffic. The frigid, cold wind fanned the flames. That plume of smoke could be seen from the Joplin Regional Airport and along North Main Street. We're told this is a duplex, each side 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2-car garage. No one was at home on either side of the duplex when the fire began. The passerbys helped get the animals out of the residence. Of course, it's obvious. Both sides of the duplex are a total loss. Carl Junction Fire Chief Joe Perkins has requested Missouri State Fire Marshal to assist investigation.
In Carl Junction, I'm Shannon Becker for KOAM News Now.
The Red Cross has been contacted to help those people who have been displaced. One firefighter was injured and treated on the scene. Pittsburgh police are looking for answers in the investigation of an overnight shooting. Happened in the area of Pittsburgh's Sonic Drive-In on the 100 block of West 23rd. Police got the call before 10 last night and found a 32-year-old man with a gunshot wound. They say it's non-life-threatening. The injury is to an extremity. He was taken to the hospital. He was listed in stable condition at last report. Police say they found a possible person of interest in the case, but the victim was uncooperative. The Pittsburgh Police Department invites phone-in tips and says people giving information may remain anonymous. A federal grand jury has indicted a Galena, Kansas man for a weapons crime following a high-speed chase in Newton County, Missouri. Douglas Alexius is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. Alexius was riding a motorcycle on Highway 166 in Cherokee County back on October 9th when a deputy tried to stop him for running a stop sign. He led officers on a chase that ended with a crash in Newton County, Missouri. Officers say they had to tase him multiple times to keep him from reaching into a pocket where he carried a pistol. Alexius was charged as an armed career criminal due to previous felony convictions. Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Well, it's definitely cold outside. It's Friday, which is always good heading into the weekend, but it's a cold Friday. Clouds most of the day, and then we've been clearing out just a bit over the past couple hours. But look at our temps already. It's 24 in Fort Scott, 27 in Independence, 29 in Grove, Carthage at 26 degrees. And we've had these light, kind of northwesterly winds all day long, and this makes it feel colder than what it actually is. At least the winds are going to start to back down a bit as we go through the evening hours, but still we got wind chill factors mid to upper teens to near 20 degrees across the region. Clouds still, but these are going to slowly break up. A few little snow flurries to our south will not affect us. Overall, it's pretty quiet. We're going to have a pretty quiet weekend. It's just going to be on the chilly side. 25 by 7, 22 by midnight. Overnight low of 20 degrees, but we'll have clear skies by morning. Of course, we're going to look at the weekend into the holiday here in just a bit.
See you then. Boy, it's been an interesting 2022 for home buyers. This summer, mortgage rates shot up, leading to softening demand. Home prices have been dropping nationwide, but that's not necessarily the case in Kansas. Reporter Alex Juergens talked with a realtor about what home buyers can expect.
This West Wichita home was listed on the market for only 3 days before it found a buyer. And this was a type of pattern that was common during the pandemic, where homes would be on the market for days or literally even hours before they found a buyer, thanks to low interest rates and a plentiful housing stock. But will we see this type of pattern continue into 2023?
Boone Downing with Keller Williams shows the home he just sold in West Wichita. It took him less than a week despite rising interest rates.
We'll probably go up and down, fluctuate a little bit, but I foresee them with all the market analysis that I've done, talking to all the experts, that will land somewhere in that 5%, 6% and kind of bounce around a little bit.
While nationally home prices are expected to fall, don't expect that to happen in Wichita or most of Kansas.
We don't experience the highest highs or the lowest of lows. We're going to kind of stay right there, which is great, and that's why it's great to be in the Midwest. So your home value is going to hold, so you won't lose that appreciation.
The Wichita State Center for Real Estate recently published their housing forecast for next year. Though rising mortgage rates have softened demand, inventory is still a problem, which keeps prices higher. Other parts of the country could see prices drop. The Wichita forecast sees home prices still appreciating, up to 4.7%. Todd Woodburn with Coldwell Banker Plaza Real Estate agrees.
We're not going to see a depreciation of today's values. We'll just see a slowdown going from double digits.
Going forward, Woodburn believes the market will be more advantageous for home buyers as the market slows down and interest rates dip.
If you get back into a market where there's less appreciation, more negotiation, the negotiation of coming off of the asking price will more than make up for the increase in rates that we've seen.
Coming up, Missouri Southern showcases how art is influenced by medicine. Plus, some college students partner with Pittsburgh YMCA to battle stereotypes. MSSU is showcasing how the world of medicine is influenced by art. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Missouri Southern State University is hosting its first Artful Medicine Symposium, showcasing how art is influenced by medicine and vice versa.
Artful Medicine Symposium is touching on how art and medicine are useful when it comes to healing and healing processes, and then also what we do here in the art department is we look at visual training strategies, or VTS.
Visual Training Strategies, or VTS, is often used in medical humanities courses for students to improve observational skills and empathy.
I think anytime that we have projects or workshops or symposiums or seminars where it's interdisciplinary and we're involving multiple disciplines, I think that it's beneficial because it gets us out of our comfort zone and shows ways that we can, work together to address whether it's art and medicine or just other issues. So
the symposium teaches participants the connections between art, medicine, biology, and more.
Well, the arts and sciences go hand in hand with a lot of artists who are driven with the anatomical approach to art, and then some of the more science-based creative people who have shown today, they're doing more artistic approaches. So we're kind of feeding into each other's qualities.
Whitney is proud to showcase his art connecting creativity to medicine.
It is a little bit of an art therapy to be able to have this outlet, and presenting today has been wonderful because as an artist you rarely get the chance to talk about your work with people. It's shown on a wall and people look at it and move on.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
The art department plans to sponsor another symposium soon. Some college students are partnering with Pittsburgh YMCA to help senior citizens. They partnered with the class to help senior citizens on wellness activities to break aging stereotypes. The class lets students work with older adults to have a better understanding of aging.
It's all about exposure. It's all about getting in there with the population that you want to learn more about. So by the students interacting with the seniors, it's providing them opportunities to get a little bit more knowledge or information about what is it like to grow old, and that yes, seniors can still be active when they are 60, 70, 80 years old and beyond.
The next classes will be on December 2nd and 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This military flyover in southeast Kansas today honored our greatest generation. World War II airplanes flew in formation above Cherokee County as a tribute to all World War II veterans, and to one in particular, Merle Robeson, a Columbus, Kansas native who died last week at the age of 106. He served in the U.S. Army from 1941 to 1945, stationed in the Pacific. Take time now to honor another local veteran. Don Seeley served in the U.S. Navy from 1944 to 1953. His hometown Parsons, Kansas, and we're proud to salute second-class radioman Don Seeley, a four-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime, and well, we encourage you to do that. Why not right now? Just go to our websites, KOAMnewsnow.com. A little bit later, some Webb City senior student athletes signed to continue their careers. We'll have details in sports.
Plus, it's cold right now. We're going to warm up for the weekend. We'll look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a cold one for us today. We had the clouds all day long, so it was hard to warm up, but we really couldn't get out of the lower 30s during the afternoon. Temperatures just stayed super cold across the area, and that's kind of where we're at right now. Look at our 24-hour temperature change. We're about 15 degrees colder right now compared to this time yesterday. We are going to start to warm back up. That is the good news, but it's not the case right now. It's 24 in Nevada, 26 in Monette, 30 in Anderson, 28 in Miami, Oswego, 26 in Parsons, Iola, only sitting at 23. All right, we're looking at 7th and range line. Outside, sitting at 27. Northerly winds at about 10. Humidity is at 47%. And then if you factor in the winds, they're not super strong, but they're there. You have the wind chill factor. It makes it feel like it's in the mid to upper teens to near 20 degrees. So these are going to dip down again tonight, right around 10 degrees. At least the winds are going to start to back off. Actual temperature dropping through the 20s. Overnight low of 20 degrees. We do still have quite a few clouds out there, but these are starting to thin out. And I think here in about 2 or 3 hours, we're going to have clear skies. See a few light little snow flurries to our south. Up here has been a monster over the past 24 hours. Lake effect snow. It's when the cool, dry air hits the lake. The water temps are warmer than the air temperature. So the clouds kind of take all that moisture and then just dump it once it gets on to shore. So Buffalo, parts of Buffalo on the south side have 4 to 5 feet of snow throughout the daytime hours. This system's slowly rolling east. That's going to help moderate our temperatures just a bit as we head through the next several days. All right, let's go into tonight. Here's midnight, lower 20s. By morning, still sitting right around 20. If you're getting up going hunting, it's hunting season. A light southwesterly wind, but you want to watch this because through the morning it switches to the west and to the northwest. Near 40 by noon, and we're only going to get into the lower 40s for afternoon highs, but it's better than what we saw today. Plus, we're going to have sunshine. Tomorrow night, we dip back down near 20, upper teens to near 20 degrees. And then on Sunday, sunshine again, a little bit better as we get into the mid to upper 40s for afternoon highs. So here's your day planner. 23 to start, 38 by noon, 36 by 5. High temp of 42 degrees. Let's go down the road. We do get back into the 50s, actually pushing 60 by the middle of next week. But here's Wednesday, big travel day. Of course, Thanksgiving, Thursday. Showers developing across the Central Plains, could even have some thunderstorms. And then as we head into Thanksgiving, pretty good chances for rain, and as that colder air sinks in, we may get some snow on the backside. So that is something we want to watch. You can see up toward Kansas City, some snow. That system, we really want to see how it tracks out as we go through the next several days. 42 tomorrow, 47 Sunday, 53 Monday, 57 on Tuesday. Rain chances and turning sharply colder as we go into Thanksgiving.
Yeah, travelers will have to be aware of the conditions and drive carefully.
Even wet roads. So
absolutely. Thanks, Chuck. Still ahead, the Pitt State women hit the floor for their home opener tonight in the Pitt State Classic, and 4 Webb City baseball standouts signed today to continue their careers in college. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Tonight is the opening night of the Pitt State Classic. Both the Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern men's basketball teams hit the floor tonight in Pittsburgh. Now the Lions are up first, trying for their first win of the season, facing Illinois Springfield. That one is at halftime right now with the Lions leading 47-45. Avery Taggart has a team-high 16 points for Southern. Now after that one finishes up, Pittsburgh State hits the floor against Quincy. Tonight's game, first home game of the season for the PSU men. That's at 7:30. We'll have highlights from this one and that Southern game right here tonight at 10. The Pittsburg State women tried for a 3-0 start this afternoon on the road against Rockhurst. The Gorillas win that one 83-75. Tristan Gegg leads the way with 23 points. Grace Pyle adds 21 for the Gorillas. Pittsburg State is right back at it tomorrow, facing Southern Nazarene at 1 p.m. in Topeka. Webb City High School has 4 senior student athletes signed today to continue their careers in college. All 4 of them signed to play college baseball this afternoon. Kinley Hood is headed to Highland Community College. He'll play first base for the Scotties. The other 3 guys, they're all going to the same place. Walker Sweet, Cy Darnell, and Kaylor Darnell signed today to play just down the road for the Missouri Southern Lions.
Main goal is to get bigger, try to keep throwing harder. Want to try to be a starter for them and be a good player for them. It's a great fit for me. Also with my schooling, it was a great fit for me. Not some of the other schools that offer me didn't really have that fit.
And the atmosphere, pretty good. The players, again, I like the players, and I like their all-turf field too. I think the location's probably one of the big ones, and I like the assistant coach. Yeah, I like the assistant coach.
They've had really successful seasons year in, year out, and just the communication they keep with their players and the atmosphere they have there just really what stood out to me. My first year, I just really want to develop as a teammate and a player, really get involved with the system, and hopefully maybe get some playing time my freshman year.
Coach Hay is a great guy. I've been in contact with him for a couple years now, and it really seemed like KOAM, a little small college up there. It was a great town.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 7-2 to start the season. Last week, they beat Jacksonville by 10 for their 3rd straight win. This week, the Chiefs are back in prime time, hitting the road to face the Chargers on Sunday night. Like we do every Friday night, right now it's time to hear from the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, in this week's Minute with Mitch.
Little things in the NFL can decide big games. Quietly, Chiefs punter Tommy Townsend is having one of the best years in Chiefs history. All year long, he's been either number 1 or 2 in NFL gross or net punting. But the biggest play of his career was a little thing that helped the Chiefs win a big game on September 15th. The Chiefs were down 10-7. The Chargers had the ball. They could have the last possession of the second quarter and the first possession of the third quarter. They had all 3 timeouts left and 22 seconds. But Townsend punted the ball from his own 17 for 74 yards, the 4th longest punt in Chiefs history. And the Chargers couldn't field the punt, and it ran off a whopping 16 seconds off the clock and forced a kneel down. This week, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs and Chargers again. Little things could decide the game on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry. Every day's game day, Como Jewelry, Pittsburgh, Joplin.
That Chiefs-Chargers game kicks off at 7:20 on Sunday night. Right now, the Chiefs, by the way, 5-point favorites. But I do want to point out in the Webb City kids signing today to play baseball, Cy Darnell, his dad is the coach at Missouri Southern. So he was kind of, ribbing his dad, talking about how much he likes the assistant coach. It's funny.
Joking a little bit. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have a reaction to a special counsel named to lead an investigation into former President Trump. Also, a visit to Buffalo, New York to see historic snowfall there, and we're going to learn the most popular dog names of 2022. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Someday, I'm not going to storm chase, I'm going to snow chase.
Do you think?
Someday.
Some of those pictures from Buffalo, like the football stadium, are really insane.
And it's still coming down. They're talking 4 to 5 feet possibly by Sunday.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine.
They already have 4 to 5 feet.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
They've already posted, they've moved that Buffalo game to
Detroit.
Detroit, that's correct. Okay, the weather. Not 4 or 5 feet of snow right now.
No, we're not going to get snow, but we are going to have to deal with the cold. We're going to drop to about 20 tonight, 42 tomorrow, 47 Sunday.
Final sports.
We do have some high school football playoffs in Northeast Oklahoma tonight. Commerce, Quapaw, and Grove all in action. We'll have the latest from that tonight at 10.
See you then. Let's make it a great evening.